We were children that would also bring the wrath of Elohim, not being obedient, right? He says we were working as sons of disobedience. We were children who were disobedient. To be obedient, we have to embrace, as we talked about in Galatians, his nature. Okay? Because our nature, we read, is at enmity to his nature. And so when we're at enmity, we're of course going to be disobedient. We're not going to be obedient to what other natures are out there. We're going to be submissive only to what we want. After the Shema, it says, and you shall love Yahweh your Elohim, etc., in exactly this way. With, by the way, all your heart, all your being, and with all your mind. So it's going to take a change of thinking, not just a change of heart, and not just coming out of your being. It's not something you could just desire. You have to think differently. I think every person in any religion has a desire to please their God, their Elohim. And so they do what they think will please. But of course, they often choose for themselves what will please. You know people that claim to be Messianic, Torah observant in Israel, yet when you see how they walk this out, they're sometimes, and sometimes all too often, choosing their own way of walking that's not exactly what he says. How they keep feasts, how they keep kosher, how they keep Shabbat, how they treat each other. It's not exactly what he talks about. But they claim that they're doing this because it's pleasing him. It's the way they focus on it. People are all worried about four-letter words. I'd be more worried about this three-letter word. Four-letter words can't hurt you. Three-letter word like let, that one could be a problem. You must let. He says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Messiah Yeshua. So he wants you to receive and allow the mindset, the thinking processes, the approaches, the way that everything was viewed, that Messiah, the way he saw it, let that come into your head. Humble yourself, take on the form of a servant, and be obedient unto death. Death even of a stake. Is that something you're willing to do? That, by the way, is the calling. See, we all paid attention to the I don't have to die and go into a fire or any of that stuff. Oh, sure, we get all excited about that. But to get there, you have to do this. It's going to take the right mind, which the right desires then attach to, and then the right actions come out of that lead to the destiny eventually called eternal life. You don't necessarily have to get it. You don't have to understand it to do it. Well, I don't understand. Well, he already told you that his thoughts are higher than yours, which means that you might not be able to understand. But you can still do it. There's nothing that he gave in an instruction that you can't understand enough how to do, when to do, where to do, how much to do. That part he gave you very clearly. The higher thought part is that you might not understand why. Verse 45, then he opened their minds. They'd already been with him for a couple of years. He trained them personally, discipled them personally, and they still needed him to open their mind. But notice he's doing this after they've been through training. See, a lot of you want to skip the training and go right to him opening your mind. Now, he gives you eyes to see, ears to hear, heart to receive, but you go through a teacher, you go through instruction, you get to a point, and as that's going on, he opens your mind. So if you were raised with all that, seek the matters above. What are the matters above? You have a whole book full of them, right here. What the ones that are above want you to be doing. Those that are in charge, Father and Son, have given you a book, a manual, to help you understand what's the matters of above. But we get so stuck on our fleshly matters. What are the weapons that we use? You get yourself in the Word, you use the Word, and that's your weapons. What's your weapons? Letting the mind of Yeshua dwell in you, and when you think like him, you know exactly what to do. See, we're trying to use our fleshly strength, fleshly mind, fleshly reasonings to fight a spiritual battle, an Elohim nature battle with our fleshly nature. He says, then be sober about it. See, a lot of us are drunk, and I don't mean with wine, but we're drunk with emotion. We desire. I don't like. Oh, I love. I want. I don't want. We are not sober. We are drunk with emotion. We are blinded, like a drunk person gets, by alcohol with emotion. He says, but gird up your mind and be sober. What does sober mean? To think clearly, awake, aware, fully conscious, with all your faculties. You were redeemed from your futile way. What makes you think now that you're redeemed that your futile way is any less futile if you still want to go your way? If it was futile before, why isn't it futile now? But you were redeemed from your futile way. So this is where, again, Christianity drops the ball. You're redeemed from your futile way, but now, because the law is done away with, now you can go continue to do your futile way, but now it works. It was futile before. But now it's not futile anymore. I have all these Christian ministries out there like going, we're this renewed man ministry or that one new man ministry. What new man are you talking about? Oh, because I've met these guys. I've been invited to their conferences. Oh, you know, the one new man. What one? The one new man is a fully integrated, back into the olive tree Israelite. Okay? Renewed in the mind to the spirit of Elohim, the nature of Elohim in your mind. Dying to flesh, burying the old man, now you're a renewed man. The one new man is the coming back together of the whole two sticks, all the house together into one stick.